assume everyone has heard the news.
De Vries to Mercedes, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I was referencing. So, yeah, Bottas to Alfa Romeo. It's been a long time coming, I guess.
Well, he fucking finally gets a multi-year deal.
Yeah. To be fair to Bottas, I mean, he's an above-average driver on the grid. It's just
He's a great driver, though.
Whenever you put him next to, if you put anyone next to Hamilton except for another possible greatest of all times, they're gonna look average, or even they're bad.
I mean, I think I see it more as the fact that Valtteri just struggles when all the cars aren't in his playfield. The best drivers in the world are those who can have a car dance with it, whether it's on 3 wheels or 4. So,
I mean, he's good at low grip situations, but
not really.
I mean, FP1, he's usually the top of FP1 every time. That should be the lowest grip level. I mean, not like in rain situations, I shouldn't say. He's not the best in the rain by any means.
Well, yeah, he's good on a green track.
Yeah.
But that's just really whoever dares to push at that stage.
Yeah. And to be honest, he could probably have a legendary career as a rally driver.
No.
Hey,
Really?
Kagan.
No.
Isn't he?
Rally and track racing are completely different.
Yeah, but he's been doing rallying over the winter.
You can do rally. I mean, like, you can do rally, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be a bloody great rally driver.
Well, look at Kimi, right?
Yeah. Look
He
at
did
Kimi,
that.
look at Kubica, You can do
It
it for a
definitely didn't
hobby.
work out for Kubica.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Although he was impressive at Zandvoort, to be fair.
Yeah, where did he finish?
60 minutes in the car, and he finished, 15th, 16th?
Just behind Giovinazzi, yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
finished. That's the amazing bit as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, to just go in there on a moment's notice. That is very impressive for sure. It's good to see him
See,
back
he
in the
said
car.
that he thought he had COVID when he got the phone call.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, you mean like he got the phone call thinking that he had COVID?
Yes, when he noticed he was being called, he thought it was because he had tested positive.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would be stressful. I thought you were like he woke up feeling terrible and he's like, oh man, I got COVID this morning. That'd be awful. Do you guys think Kimi's gonna be back for Monza?
No.
Probably not.
Who do you
Because-
think's gonna go in the car? Is it gonna be Kubica again, or are they going
Yes.
to? Okay. Or I was wondering if you think that they'd try for a.
There's no point really. Kubica has the experience, and you can put him behind the wheel. He'll get the job done, and that's all you really need. Is there really a point in trying to risk it with putting Callum Ilott, someone who's only driven the car in testing,
I mean,
put him into a full-on race seat?
yeah. If you're wanting to test him out for a race seat next season, since that seat is wide open right now, between Antonio Giovinazzi and like 7 different
Half.
people.
Yeah.
So I would think that they would want to put someone in there. So, I mean, I think the strongest rumors are Albon, De Vries, and Guan Yu Zhou. And there's slight rumors of Theo Pourchaire, but I don't know if Theo Pourchaire is even old enough to be in an F1 car.
He doesn't have the license, does he?
He might. I think it depends on where he finishes F2 this year, because he came second in F3 last season. So that is like 25 points or something, or maybe 30. I don't know. You get a buttload of points if you finish high up in the champ, which is exactly what it's meant for. But, so.
It's like the top 3 get enough points, don't they?
Or almost enough points, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know exactly how well he's doing in F2 right now. I don't think he's lighting it up, but at the same time, he's had a lot of bad luck.
There's only one person I'm supporting in F2 right now.
Who is
Fips.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Duh.
I forget about Phipps a lot. He's one of the like kind of background characters for the race for that red or AlphaTauri seat. He did have a breakout in Baku. He does have very consistent results after Bahrain, so he is a.
I mean, he's a brilliant wet weather driver. He's a brilliant street driver.
Yeah,
Granted, his like fast-paced corners. Man.
Yeah. Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
That's another. So I heard rumors that Marco is confirmed. Whatchamacallit? Pierre Gasly for team leader in AlphaTauri next season. But obviously Tsunoda is very much at risk because he's a Honda-backed driver. I mean, he's also Red Bull-backed, but primarily because of Honda. So that seat is wide open.
Tsunoda will be safe, to be fair.
Huh?
I think Tsunoda will be safe.
Why?
They seem to like him, and he hasn't done a terrible job. And I think they need to start combating that reputation as a meat grinder for young drivers, otherwise they'll start struggling eventually.
Yeah, I mean, they've already struggled.
Yeah, exactly.
Because yeah,
Give them another season.
They didn't have a replacement for Ricciardo. They weren't expecting Ricciardo to leave. So, I mean, talk about what ifs. What if Ricciardo didn't leave? Do you think they would have won like 2020? They probably would be running away with this 2021 championship.
No.
Really?
I think it would be around about the same area. If anything, it would give Max a bit more of a difficult time.
I mean, constructors-wise, I think Ricciardo's a more complete driver than Bottas is.
Yeah. Then again, that's like just that's a pretty loaded question. That just causes a massive butterfly effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that is one of our podcasts, or one of our old podcasts, Formula Paradox.
Ooh.
Discussing what-if scenarios, but usually not so soon, because it's hard to know the full effects of where Daniel Ricciardo is going to end up his career and everything, which he's kind of been a disappointment in that car, the McLaren, but
Everyone says it's a difficult car to drive, right?
I guess, but I mean, Sainz and Norris seem to be right on top of it, but I guess they were developing it from day one together.
Yeah.
So.
Do you see anything of my stream on Saturday, Box?
No. That was I read the comments or whatever on Rage's channel. You did what, 5.5 hours or something?
I did 5 hours and 15 minutes of a 6-hour race. Yes.
Nice.
That is insane, man.
It was. My arms still ache today.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too much.
Was it Donington or where was it?
Oh, it's a nice relaxing circuit called Imola.
Oh jeez. We go well at Imola though.
Oh yeah, I think if Hardy had time to practice, because he stepped in Friday night and then had really bad knee pain.
Ooh. Yeah.
And if he had time to practice, I think we were on for a top 10.
Oh, okay.
I got up to P8 in 3 hours.
Ooh.
But I also got us a drive-through and stuff like that, just track limits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon with a bit of practice, Hardy would have been more than fast enough to keep us up there.
Yeah.
Wait, when was the race?
Saturday.
Oh yeah, I wasn't available. Yeah.
We've got the 12 hours of Donny in a month, which we could do with an extra driver for.
Doesn't sound like fun. Yeah, what is that the new season 2 of RCI?
It's like the EWC. It's like a shorter season.
EWC.
No 24-hour races.
Oh.
Mostly 6 hours.
Gotcha. Yeah.
EWC.
European
World Championship or Challenge or something.
World Challenge. Okay. Don't know. So I guess no Mount Panorama.
Yeah, Mount Panorama's in there.
That's
I
how
don't
you...
know what the E stands for.
It's like you're
Endurance probably.
Endurance, yeah.
Endurance World Championship or something. Yeah, probably.
It's Monday, right?
Yeah, but I do have the day off, so shouldn't be an issue there. But yeah, we'll blame Monday.
That's good, because we might need some strategy help with this one, seeing as it's wet but drying.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I will be listening, but I probably won't be hanging out in chat the whole time, just because, you know, I don't need to have a hot mic on the whole time and distracting you guys, but I'll be listening for your shouts.
I'll be surprised if Jay joins us today.
Why? Because he worked all weekend?
Well, and it's continuing this week. He's getting really dicked around.
Oh, that sucks. So.
Stop, you bastard.
Are you guys excited for the sprint quali next week?
Oh yeah, that. Oh fuck, that's.
I forgot that. That would be good at Monza, actually. I think that'll be a bit of fun. Let's just hope it ends better for Max than the last one.
Sprint quali twofold, isn't it? Isn't it sprint quali and SSX as well?
Yep.
Yeah, around Silverstone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that they're doing sprint quali for Monza, because it's like the qualifying is not. It's just pretty much a joke, with how much slipstreaming they're trying to get around, and it's always like everyone wants to be the last person to cross the line. So it turns into that one NASCAR session. I think it was the last qualifying session for NASCAR, where no one set a qualifying lap. So, I think it was the last. What?
The qualifying at Zandvoort was interesting for that, right?
Oh yeah, the Q1. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all stacking up in the pit lane to get a gap, and then they were all stacking up in the final corner to get a gap. Yeah, that was a bit of a joke too.
But that lap, man. The lap that Verstappen put in, like, I didn't watch qualifying, I just looked at the highlights later. But Jesus Christ, looking at that lap, that was awesome.
He would have been pole by miles if he hadn't had a double shifting gear and no DRS.
Yeah. Yeah. Very close between him and Hamilton, but yeah.
Also, his first lap of the race was a masterpiece.
Oh yeah, he had like a 2-second gap at the end?
Yeah, it's insane.
So, yeah. I'm very happy with that they're able to recover. Obviously, Perez had a nightmare of a start, but he recovered well.
It'll pay him back, though, because he's got a free engine now.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I followed you, Maku. Nearly.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Gasly's going to get that Red Bull seat in 2023?
No.
Depends. I don't see why he would at the moment.
Isn't he supposed to have a bad relationship with Red Bull?
I mean,
from the reports that I heard previously.
I think he's going to be in the Alpine when Alonso leaves.
Yeah, that would make sense. 2 French drivers, but of course Gasly and Ocon apparently hate each other.
Yeah.
Reportedly. And by
Maybe
reportedly, I mean,
Well,
it sounds like Ocon is the difficult one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ocon is the difficult one to get along with.
Isn't he, like, famously a bit of a dick?
It depends on who you ask. I think he was fine with Ricardo and Alonso. But I mean, it was like Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc, and Hubert, I think. They were like the best of friends throughout karting and everything. And then they got into the junior formula. And I mean, if you know Ocon's story, he's literally was like an RV kid. They sold everything to support his junior career. So he was just going race to race in an RV. So, and his mom was teaching him on the way.
Someone's listening to Beyond the Grid.
Huh?
Someone's listening to Beyond the Grid.
Yes, I am an avid listener of Beyond the Grid. I listen to every episode. So, and you can probably guess my favorite one.
I mean, your favorite one.
My favorite one. My favorite podcast. If I tell you that my favorite number is 24.
Processing.
You like the 24 Rewatch podcast?
No, my favorite Beyond the Grid podcast.
No, I was joking.
24? Who the fuck wears 24?
It's an American. You probably don't know.
Scott Speed.
No, he's never been an F1. He did drive. He did test an F1.
He did. He tested a Jaguar, didn't he?
Tested a.
Jag?
Are we talking about the same person?
Scott Speed.
No. I'm talking about Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon. Oh. Yeah, I didn't listen to that episode.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're off the team, Mark.
Well, it's been fun knowing y'all.
No, Jeff Gordon is that's pretty much my racing hero since I was a little kid. He was dominating in NASCAR whenever I was a kid.
Fair.
So
to be like
he's like Michael Schumacher to me. So
yeah,
that's pretty much what the relationship is. Because like Jay,
the only like proper NASCAR driver that I know the story of is Dale Earnhardt.
Which one? Junior, senior?
Senior.
Okay. I don't know much about senior other than I watched his crash and I was like, yeah. It was an interesting time. It didn't it honestly doesn't look like a terrible crash, but it's because he didn't have the hands device.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Well, and that he's had multiple concussions throughout his career.
Yeah, no, it didn't help either. But yeah, there's a couple motorsport deaths in the 90s and 2000s that were very avoidable. There was devices that were being created and used, and they just again.
Yeah, that's just motorsport, you know.
But like he refused to use a hands device because he was like, "This is racing, not being like a P word."
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, with that, all the power to him. You know.
I mean, all the power of getting killed in the season opener of that year after coming out against it, but it's just a shame. But
yeah, there are a few times in history where someone has been proven immediately and violently wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then his son almost died. Well, not almost died, but it was like, I think it was the following year, had a very similar crash. I think he had the hands device, but he was like super concussed still.
Yeah.
And like you can look up the radio.
I think I remember this story. Yeah, he like bumped it. I'm gonna sound really insistent, but yeah, he bumped his head. Then had to take a bit of time off. Came back, bumped his head again, and I think he bumped his head like 3 times.
I don't know.
Until he actually went to see an actual doctor about it.
Interesting. I don't know. Yeah. I remember I looked up the radio of him just saying help me after like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And that's just like that as somebody who would be on the radio, is just hearing your driver say help me over and over again is not a fun thing. But I think it was either the year after or like a few races after his dad died. And so, but yeah, motorsport is not a fun time sometimes.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
When you're a squishy meatbag and you're strapped into a car that tries to defy the laws of physics.
Yeah, the inevitable.
Yeah.
That's one of the most profound things that I remember from the documentary One, which was about safety in Formula One and the developments, and it was Jackie Stewart said everyone was talking about how or we're asking why did Senna crash? Like, why did he crash at Imola? Whereas the reason why is because that's what happens in racing when you're pushing to the limits. The actual question that we need to be asking is why did he die? That's so profound to me. But
so warm.
Quite warm for what?
For England.
Oh, what's the temperature?
It's like 28.
All right, hang on.
We've had a wet summer.
I gotta convert that into freedom units. Hang on.
Jesus Christ, that's actually What the hell? How are you alive?
82 degrees Fahrenheit. That's way warmer than where I'm at.
I think the weather outside right now is like 10 degrees at most right now for me.
We're getting roasted for 3 days in September to make up for a summer of thunderstorms and rain.
We had like 100-degree days in July, which is
something like 40 degrees.
37.
Our summer this year was a stereotypical 1 week in July.
So, yeah, the weather has been quite crazy. So.
Yeah, right now we have like 13 degrees C. So.
Oh, I'd love that. We had a sim racing summer because it was cold, right?
I mean, yeah, you guys had a sim racing summer. I had a fucking miserable summer. It was 2 months of 30 degrees.
Yeah, I would have given up and just moved into the office.
We don't have air conditioning here. We just have a fan. The fan blows. That's it.
I can relate. Back whenever I was in college and we didn't have air conditioning in the dorms, it was the worst. But now I'm air conditioning and central heat every single day. So, well, like obviously depending on the month.
Europe is uniquely poorly prepared for warmth.
It's okay. Texas is uniquely poorly prepared for cold.
And, human rights.
Well,
let's not go there.
I wasn't gonna go there.
Texas is poorly prepared.
Texas is not. Basically, Texas is a fantastic place to live if you're a man and you don't want to pay taxes.
Or you live in Austin and you have a lot of money.
So, exactly, yeah. Pretty much just move to Austin with a bunch of money, make a bunch of money, and don't pay taxes. And be a man.
You said,
it could be worse. It could be Florida. Yeah, Texas is worse on paper, but Florida is an alligator swamp made of sinkholes.
Would you like to be attacked by a hurricane every 3 days?
Yeah.
I know I would.
Yeah, and also the vast majority of population of Florida is either crazy people or old people, or both.
Yeah, and it's no less Republican than Texas. It's just...
No, it is definitely super Republican now, and have very similar governors. So... Yeah, but let's not get political.
I'm not looking forward to Donington in the dry or the wet.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've been getting a lot more attuned to road course racing. I loved Road America. That was fantastic. And now
Road America is a great track.
And now we're going back to Indy Road Course, the old one, the F1 course, which is
Did
also
the advice
great.
on Road America help?
What did you say? Oh yeah, the braking points and everything. Oh yeah, so much help. I got a 116 or something.
Nice.
But I couldn't do it consistently. That was the problem.
Yeah.
So
Those two downhill braking points are real buggers for getting it consistently as well. Do you feel like you're braking in the same spot and you'll just lock up and go straight?
Yeah, which honestly, I could be so much more aggressive on braking. I looked at my inputs whenever I went back through and watched the replay, and I was doing like 75% braking on the entry instead of 100%. Because like obviously you can go full and then let off easily to prevent the lockup, but I don't know. I'm not very good at braking yet. I also don't have good pedals for braking, so it's probably for the best.
No, braking in iRacing is really hard. Like I've got a really hard brake now for iRacing and iRacing only to manage it for the LMP2s. And even that, I sort of think I could probably do with going a bit harder on.
Oh, okay. So you have 2 sets of pedals?
No, the Fanatec stuff, you set up profiles and it just changes the software settings.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think you can do that with the Logitech, but it doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
I think you pretty much just do the steering inputs and stuff for the steering radius. But
yeah, I've been selling old junk over the summer and putting it into a separate bank account to save up for some Husing belts.
Damn.
Okay.
The thing is, I just like I had an old Thrustmaster wheel up in the loft, which I sold for a couple of 130 quid, something like that. I've got an old graphics card which I'm going to sell for about the same. I don't know why it's going for that much because it's like a 1070. It's really old.
Wait, is it a graphics card you said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1070.
Everyone's trying to
Like,
get a graphics
what,
card.
2017 or something like that. It's like,
Oh god.
Yeah, everyone's trying to get graphics cards at this point.
My poor 1080 Ti is starting to struggle. It's so sad.
I think.
it was
what
such
is-
a good card, the 1080 Ti though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the newest one? Is it the 30s?
Yeah, the 30s.
RTX.
Okay, I think I have a 2070 or something.
Yeah, I've got a 3070 now,
Yeah.
which is good.
Wait.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Are you guys qualifying?
Yep. Quality just started.
Oh, let's just
Oh,
try
okay.
a random setup, shall we?
Oh, do you not have a setup for it?
No, Coach Dave has taken down the Bentley setups.
Interesting.
And I hadn't bought the Donington one. So I asked today what setups would port, and they were like, Kyalami or Zandvoort will work.
Interesting.
I'm like, okay.
All right, I'll let you guys get to quali.
Roger. Oh, that's not break.
All right, good luck.
I just kicked my clutch.